Okay, let's unpack this. Have you ever considered that your innermost thoughts, maybe your deepest feelings, might be actively shaping, well, everything around you?
You mean like not just influencing things, but actually creating your reality?
Exactly. Constantly, powerfully. What if there was, say, a universal law, something like gravity, but for experiences, something dictating what shows up in your life?
That's a huge idea.
It is. And today, that's exactly what we're diving into, the law of attraction, specifically through the teachings of Abraham, from the book, The Law of Attraction, the basics of the teachings of Abraham.
Right. And this isn't just, think positive and good things happen. It's presented as a much deeper framework.
A whole philosophy, really, on how reality responds
Like,
to your vibration.
and the source material itself is pretty unique, as you mentioned. It's not your typical self-help author.
No, definitely not.
It's presented as channeled teachings
Yeah.
from what they call a group of loving entities named Abraham.
Channeled primarily through Esther Hicks, right, with her husband Jerry Hicks involved too, asking questions, providing context.
Exactly. So our mission today is, well, to get past the surface level, to really pull out the core ideas, the mechanics of this philosophy.
And figure out how it claims you can use it, how it empowers your life, like what's the practical takeaway?
Yeah, understand what Abraham's actually saying and why it resonates with so many people.
Okay, so let's start with the origin, because that story is honestly quite something. It begins with Jerry Hicks.
Right, Jerry's spiritual quest. He was apparently looking for answers way beyond mainstream religion or philosophy.
Yeah, not just curious, but deeply searching, felt something was missing in the usual explanations.
And this search led him to some unusual places, like a Ouija board experience back in 1959.
That's the one. Apparently it's spelled out Books.
Yep.
And then Albert Schweitzer.
Albert Schweitzer, the
Ah.
Nobel laureate. Reverence for life.
Yep. Which kind of nudged Jerry towards exploring philosophy, personal growth, eventually leading him to Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich.
So he was really exploring different paths, wasn't he? Trying to fill that gap in understanding how things work.
Absolutely. And then you have Esther Hicks. What's interesting is her initial reaction.
She wasn't immediately on board, was she? Even after meeting Jerry.
Not at all. The source says she was actually quite resistant to all the non-physical stuff. Found it unsettling, even a bit scary.
Which is understandable, I think. It's a big leap for many people.
But then she read a specific book. Seth speaks about creating your reality.
Yes, by Jane Roberts. And that was apparently a turning point. It helped dissolve her fears, offered a different way to think about it.
Made it seem less threatening, maybe more empowering. Opened her mind to possibilities she'd dismissed before.
It sounds like it provided a sort of logical bridge for her, from skepticism to, well, openness.
And then came the main event, what they call the Abraham experience.
Right. This started during her meditation practice. Just daily quiet time focusing on breathing.
But one time, it wasn't just her breathing. She felt this profound sensation, like something else was breathing her. Effortless, expansive.
Like a universal breath almost.
Exactly. And then, well, this is the really unusual part. Her nose started spelling letters.
Her nose spelling.
Literally, it spelled out, I am Abraham. I am your spiritual guide.
Wow. Okay. That's specific. Why the nose, do you think?
It's certainly memorable. Maybe a gentle, non-threatening way to start.
Perhaps. It definitely points to how this whole thing evolved gradually. It wasn't just a sudden voice booming.
Right, from nose spelling, which Jerry apparently wrote down letter by letter.
So they had a record. Tangible proof, in a way.
It moved to typing, and then eventually Esther became the direct speaker for Abraham, much more fluid.
Like we hear in their recordings now.
Yeah.
And Abraham's identity is key here.
They don't claim to be one person or a god.
No. They identify as a group of loving entities from the non-physical realm.
Mm-hmm.
Teachers, basically.
Their purpose being
To share universal understanding. They see themselves as an extension of what they call source energy, offering pure guidance, no ego involved.
the unusual start just highlights that this wasn't something they planned or expected, I suppose.
Makes sense. It sort of validates the authenticity for them, perhaps.
And this leads directly into their core teaching about our inner being.
Yes. This is fundamental, not just your conscience or intuition, but something more.
A non-physical part of you, an extension of that source energy.
Exactly. Your direct line to true guidance, it implies you're never really alone, that there's this inner compass.
So how do you access that? How do you feel this inner being in everyday life?
Well, according to Abraham, you feel it through your emotions. That's the key connection.
the emotional guidance system we'll get to.
Precisely. Good feelings, joy, love, appreciation, that's alignment with your inner being. You're on the right track.
And bad feelings, frustration, worry.
That's the signal you're misaligned. Your thoughts are off track from your inner being's perspective.
So it's not some mystical ritual. It's about paying attention to how you feel moment to moment.
Exactly. Your inner being is constantly giving you feedback, nudging you towards well-being, towards what feels good. It's that inner sense of yes or no.
Okay, that background is crucial. Now let's get into the architecture of these three eternal universal laws Abraham talks about.
Right. The foundational principles, they say, govern everything. Not suggestions, but laws, like physics.
Immutable. So law number 1.
A law of attraction, the big one.
Yeah.
The definition is simple. That which is like unto itself is drawn.
Like attracts like.
Essentially, yes.
Yeah.
But Abraham emphasizes its power. Everything in your life is affected by the law of attraction. It's always on.
How does it work? Thoughts as vibrations.
Exactly. Your thoughts and emotions send out a vibrational frequency, like a radio signal. The universe responds by matching that frequency, bringing you similar experiences.
Like tuning a radio, you get what you're tuned into.
Perfect analogy. If your dominant thoughts are about lack, you attract more lack. If they're about joy, you attract more joy. You're always broadcasting.
So every thought is creating something, consciously or unconsciously.
That's the core idea. You're constantly attracting based on your vibrational signal. Even dwelling on a past problem sends out that problem's frequency now.
Okay, law number 2.
The science of deliberate creation. This is about using the law of attraction consciously, intentionally.
Taking control of the broadcast, so to speak.
Precisely. The principle is, that which you give thought to and that which I believe or expect is, it highlights you as the creator.
You're not just a victim of circumstance.
No, you're the architect. By choosing your thoughts, your focus, your beliefs, you deliberately direct what you attract. It's about moving from default attraction to deliberate creation.
From drifting to steering the ship.
You got it.
And the third law.
The art of allowing. This one's a bit more subtle, maybe. It's about non-resistance.
Non-resistance, meaning what exactly?
Its statement is, I am that which I am, and I am willing to allow others to be that which they are. It means choosing thoughts that feel good, aligning with well-being, and letting go of resistance.
Resistance to what is? Or resistance to other people?
Both, really. It's about not pushing against unwanted things, because that keeps your focus on the unwanted. And crucially, allowing others to be as they are without letting it disrupt your vibration.
That raises a big question, though. The source says you're not vulnerable to others' negativity. That seems counterintuitive sometimes.
Right. We all know people who seem to drain energy. But the teaching is firm. Your vibration is the only thing that determines your point of attraction.
So someone else's bad mood can't actually get to you unless you align with it, unless you let your vibration dip to match theirs.
That's the idea. You control your energetic boundary through your own focus and emotional state. It's about maintaining your inner harmony regardless of external stuff.
Okay, these 3 laws, attraction, deliberate creation, allowing, form the framework. But how do we use them day to day?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? How to make it practical.
And this is where that emotional guidance system comes back in. You said it's like an internal barometer.
Exactly. Your emotions are your direct personal compass. Constant feedback on your alignment with your inner being, with source.
Like a vibrational GPS.
Perfect. Good feelings, joy, love, excitement mean yes. You're aligned. Keep going.
Bad feelings, anger, fear, frustration mean, whoa, misalignment. Your thoughts are focused on what you don't want.
Right, so the guidance isn't just positive, negative, it's directional. It tells you immediately if your current thought vibration is serving you or not.
And the approach isn't necessarily to dig into why you feel bad, like find the root cause in the past.
Abraham's perspective is more present-focused. The negative emotion is simply an indicator of your current vibrational offering. The solution is to change your thought now to something that feels better. Use the emotion as the signal to pivot.
Shift focus in the moment. Okay, that's a practical approach. What about other tools? They mention a creative workshop process.
Yes, this is a specific technique. A daily practice, maybe 15, 20 minutes.
What's involved?
Find a quiet spot, no interruptions. Then start focusing on things you do want, things that feel good to think about.
Like gathering positive data.
Exactly. Collect examples. If you want a great relationship, think about positive aspects you've seen or experienced. If you want abundance, focus on feelings of security or examples of prosperity around you.
And then visualize.
Intensely. Visualize the outcome you desire, but crucially, feel it. Feel the joy, the satisfaction, the relief, as if it's already here.
Embody the feeling of having it now.
Yes. That's what shifts your vibration to match the desire. It clarifies your intention and starts building momentum towards it. Makes it feel real vibrationally.
That makes sense, focus and feeling. But you mentioned our point of attraction is always active. We're always attracting something.
Always. Whether you're doing the workshop or just worrying about bills.
So what happens when you focus on what you don't want? Which, let's be honest, happens a lot.
Well, Abraham is blunt. Attention to what is only creates more what is. Focus on problems. You attract more problems. Talk about sickness. You align with sickness.
So the key is that deliberate shift.
Yeah.
From unwanted to wanted.
Yes. Your current thoughts are what matter most for your current point of attraction. You can't erase past negative thoughts, but you can always choose a better feeling thought right now.
Change the channel, basically.
Exactly. Stop broadcasting the static. Tune into the music.
Okay, let's tackle some common hurdles. Disappointment. We all feel it. How does this framework handle that?
Disappointment is just more communication from your inner being. It's that indicator light saying, hey, you're focused on the lack of what you want.
So don't dwell on the disappointment itself.
Acknowledge it as feedback, then immediately pivot your focus back to what you do desire. Use it as a reminder to redirect your attention.
And other negative emotions, like anger or fear. We touched on this, but the advice isn't to analyze them deeply.
The core teaching is, use them as signals to change your thoughts now. Don't get bogged down trying to find the cause in the past. The cause is your current vibrational misalignment. Change the vibration, the feeling changes.
It's a very pragmatic, present moment approach to emotional management.
Very much so. What feels better now? Go there.
What about feeling affected by others, that sense of vulnerability to someone else's negativity or actions?
Again, the teaching is radical here. You are the sole creator of your experience. You're not vulnerable unless you vibrationally align with what they're offering.
So it comes back to managing your own vibration, your own focus, regardless of what anyone else is doing.
Precisely. Their stuff is their stuff. Your experience is determined by your alignment. Your emotional guidance system tells you if you're tuning into their negativity or maintaining your own frequency.
So it's about vibrational boundaries in a sense.
A very good way to put it.
Okay, another common question. Imagination versus visualization, are they the same?
Closely related, but Abraham draws a distinction. Imagination can be broader, more free-flowing, maybe just daydreaming without specific intent.
And visualization?
Visualization in this context is more focused. It's intending to create a specific outcome, using your imaginative faculty deliberately for manifestation, purposeful creation.
Got it. One more. Patience. Is being patient considered a virtue here?
Surprisingly, not necessarily in the way we usually think.
Really, patience is often praised.
Abraham suggests that impatience often comes from a feeling of lack, a focus on the fact that the desire isn't here yet. That vibration can actually hold it away.
So waiting patiently might signal I don't have it.
Potentially, yes. The ideal state isn't passive waiting, but more like eager, joyful expectation.
Yeah.
Flowing towards it, feeling good now, knowing it's coming, being in the receiving mode already.
Interesting. Less waiting for it and more allowing it in.
Exactly.
So with all this focus on deliberate creation, on managing vibration, how do you know if you're successful? What's the metric?
It's simple, actually. According to Abraham, the ultimate measure of your success is joy.
Joy, not money or relationships or health outcomes.
Those things might come as a result of alignment, but the primary indicator, the true measure, is your feeling state. Are you experiencing joy, appreciation, enthusiasm, passion?
So it's entirely internal, not about comparing yourself to others.
Completely internal.
Huh.
If you feel joyful, you are successful in aligning with who you really are and with the flow of universal well-being. Joy is the feedback that says, you're nailing it.
That really brings it full circle. The goal isn't just manifesting stuff, it's manifesting joy, and the stuff follows the joy.
You could say that. The core message is that you're here to create deliberately, intentionally, and joyfully, using your emotions as that constant guide.
So wrapping this up, this deep dive into Abraham's teachings on the law of attraction really boils down to a powerful core message, doesn't it?
It really does. Your thoughts, your feelings, they aren't just passive things happening inside you.
They're active forces, magnetic, constantly shaping your reality through these laws.
Law of attraction, drawing similar vibrations, the science of deliberate creation, letting you choose the vibration, and the art of allowing, helping you release resistance.
It's a complete system, in a way.
And understanding this, really internalizing it, could fundamentally change how you approach, well, everything. Your goals, your problems, your relationships.
It puts the power squarely back in your hands, focusing on internal alignment rather than external circumstances.
Right. It offers a pathway to potentially much greater well-being and a sense that you are consciously participating in creating your life.
So the final thought to leave everyone with, if your innermost thoughts and feelings truly are magnets for your experiences.
What might you start attracting?
Exactly. What exciting, maybe even impossible seeming things could you begin to deliberately focus on, feel good about, and invite into your life, starting right now?